Hey guys, how's it going? Here, David Nieves. Want to show you real quick where I'm at here in Bali. This is overlooking the rice field. But I want to do a quick training and show you guys a training that is a little advanced and maybe not really for the newest person to understand. Because the newest person, I want you guys, if you're new and you're watching this, I want you to know that your only goal right now is to get 2 ambassadors and 3 customers. 2 ambassadors and 3 customers. But for everybody else that's right now in the process of understanding this business, has a little more of a veteran, has done PBRs, has gone out there, has put in the time. This is something that's going to be very useful for you to build depth and build an organization. And I want you guys to, we're going to go ahead and talk about some categories of how to build depth and some categories of individuals that are going to come into your business, and they're going to, some of them even graduate and transform themselves into something bigger. The categories are the new person ambassador, the potential leader, your projects, and a leader. Also the incubators, the client ambassadors, and of course we have the quitters, the people that just quit the business, and that happens in everything in life. So let's kind of define a little more about each category. What are incubators? Well, incubators are individuals that are really just incubating. They maybe are excited about the business. They want to build a business, but the conditions maybe are not right in their lives. Maybe their conditions, whether it's a psychological condition in their head, they need to build more confidence, or conditions outside events that don't allow them to build a business, or maybe they just need to build more confidence. And they're just incubating. They're there. They don't quit. They're consuming their products every single month. They're maybe showing up to trainings once in a while, but they're there and they're incubators. Then you have the client ambassadors. These are individuals that really don't show up to anything, but they love the product, and they're ambassadors, but they're also clients to the business. So they're on auto ship. They're buying the products every single month. Those are the client ambassadors. Then we have the quitters. Of course, people that quit the business, don't have to talk too much about that. But we're going to focus right now really on individuals that are the new person ambassador, potential leaders and projects and leaders, and how this can all translate for you to build a big business by taprooting down and identifying individuals and working with individuals where they're at. So let's define the new person ambassador. New person ambassador is very simple to understand. They are the most excited people in your organization. Is always the new person. So you got to take advantage of the excitement. Also, you got to realize that the more time passes when you're working with a new person, the less the excitement goes down. So you want to be able to work with speed. As a new ambassador come in, the key is to help them have results and go ahead and get 2 ambassadors and 3 customers and help them get a paycheck ASAP. How do we do that? Well, we have to launch them, and they have to attend a training event. These 2 things is a must for a new ambassador: a launch training, a launch where we want to go through the launch document, and they have a training event they show up to. But then afterwards, if this happens, they become potential leaders. And potential leaders are individuals, very simple, and I'm not going to go too deep into this, even though this is a very long, just like an hour training, but we're going to keep it under 15 minutes. They schedule a PBR, and they put in the time to invite to the PBR. These are 2 different distinctions, right? It's possible to schedule a PBR, but never put in the time to invite to that PBR. So we want to do that. That is a potential leader. When I see that happening, I'm like, whoa, this guy right here has a potential to become a leader and do it big. And then what we're going to do, we focus on identifying potential leaders to turn them into projects. And with projects is people you're going to spend really 80% of your time you're going to spend with people that are in the projects. And so communication and working together is really high. Also, when it comes to projects, they have to start presenting, because you want to start duplicating yourself. And what I mean by this, not really duplicating yourself, but duplicating the skill sets that is required for that individual to have success. And eventually, those projects turn into leaders. And leaders is doing all the above. It's working with a new ambassador, but projects are working with a new ambassador. Potential leaders are also constantly finding new ambassadors. Everything has to do about finding new ambassadors. So how do you do this? Let's look into this. I'm gonna look at 3 legs, very linear, right? So people start getting started in your business. Eventually, what happens is you start identifying individuals, right? A new person, let's say, gets started right here. That's the new person. Well, what's beautiful about this is that as the new person, you're working with the individual. And let's say this right here is the new person. And let's say you identify someone who is a project. That's the project right here, this individual. Well, with the project, you're working with a new person together, because a project is developing and becoming to eventually one day become a leader themselves, where they're doing things on their own. But the project and you are working together with a new person. Everything has to do about helping a new person become sponsor 2 ambassadors and 3 customers. Eventually, what happens as you start working, let's say this individual is sponsors 1 more person, this person, and let's say this person doesn't launch, but then this person launches. Well, now I know that's a potential leader. Potential. This is the individual that launched. Great. We're gonna go ahead and launch, and we're gonna go ahead and schedule scheduling their PBR, and they put in the time to invite. Well, this is individual that I'm definitely dedicating some time, and I'm communicating with a project and say, hey, this guy right here has a lot of potential for him to do big things, because they launch, they schedule a PBR, and they put in the time to invite to the PBR, so we can have a successful business. Eventually, projects graduate to becoming leaders. So that the person becomes a leader, and they're following the same formula, constantly finding the same formula. But let's say this right here is the incubator. Well, as a new potential leader comes in, and this excitement and momentum is building, I'm calling the incubators and in communication with them, and letting them know, hey, listen, you have a potential leader here. You have someone just launched. This guy's about to happen, because we're looking to see when the right timing of the incubator is, so they can get excited. And remember, excited people is what creates momentum. So you're looking for the excited people. Who's going to build your business and create momentum? Here's how you do it. You're looking constantly for the newest, most excited person on the deepest level of your team. So the new person down here, this right here, when I work with this individual, it helps this person right here, helps this person. So it helps an entire line that I'm looking for incubators that I can call, and I can motivate by showing them results in their business, that their business is being built for them. And 60% of your business, of these incubators, is being built. All we have to do is work together to find your other 40% and your other legs. But I'm constantly in communication with the incubators right here and letting them know, and identifying the projects and identifying the potential leaders, identifying who wants to do a PBR, and identifying who wants to launch, and who is putting the time for us to go ahead have a successful PBR, while at the same time I'm looking for projects to spend 80% of my time for those individuals that want to grow the business and want to make this happen. So here's a quick look at these categories and how I built depth, and how we have really built a huge organization and drive a lot of debt. So go out there and use this as a leader. Identify who is your new ambassador, work with the new ambassador. Remember, we want to launch them fast. We're identifying who is the potential leader. The potential leader is that individual that schedules a PBR and puts in the time to invite to a PBR. Eventually, from the potential leaders, we're going to pick a project, and the projects are people that we're in high communications with them, working together. They start presenting as well, and they're doing presentations to eventually them becoming a leader, and they are doing all the above and duplicating the same process. Guys, let's go up there and make it happen. Let's work with the newest, most excited person at the deepest level of your team. Find that individual and mentor them, help with them, and nurture them. Have a great day, and hello from Bali.